was scary, it was beautiful, it was weird, it was everything. It said everything about what was going on at that time. All of a sudden, the music of Schubert and Jimi Hendrix were brought together in an incredible experience. George Crumb said, "There were strange things in the air." I'll never forget the first time I heard Black Angels. My life was changed forever. It was loud. It was wild. It had all kinds of things. It was beautiful as well. It had crystal glasses. It had Renaissance music. It had all kinds of instruments. It was electric. I needed to get a group together that was going to experiment, was going to take things in directions that I'd never even heard before. Black Angels became this guiding light to the music of Kronos. I wrote to the publisher, and a few days later was sent the music. It looked like no music I'd ever seen. The score was huge. How were we going to do this? There were no page turns. What were we going to do? And we had to figure it out. And the group has played that music ever since, and it's always an astonishing experience. We recorded Black Angels in 1989. By then, we'd been working with Judy Sherman, our producer, and composers that knew a lot about the recording studio, and we began to think of the studio as another instrument in the quartet. And we were able to find a way of making Crumb's triptych into a really unified, coherent experience that we really couldn't do in concert before, because, you know, to move from a maraca to a gong to a crystal glass, these things take time. And so the live performance is not something that has that unified kind of immediacy that we needed in the recording. What we found is that our recording ended up influencing the way we have performed the music ever since.
Black Angels requires a huge variety of sound pictures, which we produced sometimes acoustically by moving instruments and players around Skywalker Sound's immense sound stage, and sometimes with gadgets, like the stadium reverb on the German counting, especially 13, or adding a little cathedral reverb to the already ambient live sound for the plain songs. This was done not for the fun of it, though it was fun, but to put across the extreme emotional range of Black Angels. The pieces on this album are all about war or other awful things that human beings do to each other.
I wanted something vast and spacious after Black Angels. And finally, one day, after many years of puzzling about it, I remembered the 40-part motet of Thomas Tallis. And that is what we needed.
Kronos played all of the voices, obviously in overdub. Recording engineers and aficionados will be astounded to hear that this was not done into a computer, but on digital tape.
Istvan Marta wrote Du Messiah for Kronos, and with this piece, he brought unimaginable loss and suffering into our music. He wrote this song during World War I, and he recorded it during World War II. And the minute I heard this, I thought, we get to play with Charles Ives. Shostakovich dedicated String Quartet number 8 to the victims of fascism and war. and the music says it all.
The Shostakovich Quartet is as technically pure as it gets. 2 mics, through preamps, and directly to the storage medium. The sound is rich and honest and immediate.
As a piece of music, George Crumb's Black Angels remains at the heart of Kronos. It seems as relevant today as it did in 1973. As an album, Black Angels set our course for the next 30 years and beyond.